Mostly what I've been doing today is working on my Christmas book, which I can't show you, but I did do some inking of this dude that I sketched yesterday, and I'm trying out some brush pens. So I thought I'd show you what I'm trying, and hopefully you can see what I'm showing you. I don't really know, because I don't know what you're looking at. I guess we'll find out when we edit. So I'm trying a few different brush pens and things to try and get my inking a little bit better. I'm not a great inker. I would love to be able to ink with a brush, but I can barely ink with a fine liner, so I'm a novice. There's one, and I've got to practice to get better. So you've got to make a lot of crap art before you can do good art. So we're practicing with our shaky, wobbly lines. I started off with fine liners, but I wanted to be able to get variation in my lines. So I moved to this one, which is a Tombow Brush Pen, which is this kind of nib. It's a felt flexible nib. There are two of them. There's a hard one. I think they're called a BS and a BH. One's hard, one's soft. Guess which is which. They usually come in a pack. They're okay. I enjoyed using these. I do find them a little bit dry. I also, for quite some time, have had, of course, the Pentel Pocket Brush Pen, which is good. It's great for lettering. If you want to do like brush lettering with a proper brush nib, then this is really good. But it's extremely wet. So the best use for it I've found is for colouring in large blocks of colour that you want to be black and not movable. So it pairs really well with like Copics and things like that, and also watercolour, obviously. But for fine lines, the brush is just a little bit too flexible, and I don't know if you can tell on the camera, it disappears down to virtually nothing. Virtually nothing at the end. It's like literally a hair wide. It's not like a round brush, which is what I'm used to. So I decided to try a couple of more. Now, this one took a while to arrive. This is the Copic Gas and Feud. The thing I like about the Pentel pen and why I like to use it for colouring large areas is that it's refillable. Obviously, you can get cartridges. You can also get the Pentel fountain pen refills are supposed to fit it as well. The Copic one, unfortunately, is not refillable, which is a shame because I don't like using things that are not refillable, and this brush is by far superior to the Pentel one. It's drier, it's stubbier, and it's rounder. So it doesn't disappear off to nothing. It actually has a little bit of thickness to the end of it, which means you can get really fine lines, but when you go to lift your pen up, you don't get straggly lines. So if you're a bit of a novice at inking, this is a really good one. I think the Pentel pen is probably better if you're used to calligraphy or if you're used to inking. This one is a little drier, it's a little more easy to control, and the brush isn't quite as long. However, I don't like the fact that it's not refillable. Unfortunately, the one that I do like is not refillable either, but it lasts quite a lot longer. This is the Uni Pin Brush Liner. So it's just like the fine liners, except this one has a felt brush nib, just like the Tombow. It's about half the price of a Tombow, and it's much more responsive. I don't know how to describe it other than with the Tombow, I find I have to press quite hard to get a thicker line, whereas with this one, the tiniest amount of movement really gives you quite a lot of difference in your lines, as you can probably see here, hopefully. You can see I've got quite an array of lines, and that's all with this one brush pen. And for those of us with very slightly shaky hands, it works really, really well. So if you struggle with line work and you haven't found a brush pen that works for you, try this one. It's got a good flow of ink, but it's not overly juicy. It's got a firm tip that's easy to control, but you can also get really fine and very thick lines with it. So it's pretty much the perfect pen, except it's not refillable. What is it with all these brands that are not refillable? It's very annoying. This is why I want to go to brush and ink eventually, but I am not at brush and ink level yet, and I get frustrated with it and I throw things. So I think we'll practice with the brush pen a little bit more before we move on to anything else. While I'm sat here at my desk, it is day 2 of the Advent. So you can actually see day 2's little thingy. Here it is. Day 2. Let's have a look and see what we've got, shall we? Let me move the camera a second. Is that any better? I can't tell. Actually, I can only see my shoulder in the screen. I'm sorry. I'm still waiting for my thing to get here. It's supposed to have been here 2 days ago and it's not arrived yet. Royal Mail, I'm telling you. Ooh! Oh, cute! Cute, cute. This one, spoilers, look away if you don't want to see what it is, day 2. And if you recognise him, it's because that was the design on my Bye Bun card that I received. So yeah, he's really cute. So that's 2 really cool stickers so far. I'm putting them all in one envelope so I don't lose them. I'm really impressed so far. I like these. These are cool. Of course, it doesn't take much to get me to want stickers. Add dead things and some skeletons and I'm on board. So there's day 1 and 2 now. Oh, it's going by so fast. Anyway, I have a class now on Patreon that I need to prepare for, so I'm going to go and do that. Several of my patrons have actually got challenge prompts this month, and one of them is Planning with John, who you'll know from YouTube or Instagram, I'm sure. John Rush. He did a Christmas/Hanukkah prompt list, and it's all arty stuff. It's a proper art challenge as opposed to just a list. It is an actual art challenge. So we're going to do prompts 1 to 15 and we're going to focus on doing them really fast again like we did last week because that was really fun. And I like to do fun things in December rather than hardcore learning things. We've already covered perspective and stuff this year. I think we can loosen up a bit and just do some quick sketching. So that's the plan for today. I don't know if I will get to catch up with you later. If I don't, I will see you tomorrow.